Red alert! Set an intention. Go to Salon Trek.
She senses something. Could it be a predator?
Ahoy, hoy, friends, and welcome to the Salon. I'm your host, Stan Williams, and I am the very model of a modern Major General. I have information, animal, vegetable, and mineral. And that's all you're getting out of me. Tonight, we are discussing Star Trek, The Short Treks. We'll see how long this episode goes. Perhaps longer than all of the Short Treks. It's a podcast. A lot of us are white. We have microphones. We're going to be talking for a while. Joanne will keep us on track. That's too much pressure. You know what? All the podcast things, I'm awkward. And you can see proof of that every Thursday night around 6:30 p.m. here on YouTube at Salon Trek. All of the podcast places. And if you want to support this nonsense, we're also on Patreon. Get excited. We are talking about the shortest of treks. But before we do, I also want to highlight some fun happening this weekend. Trek Talks 5 this Saturday, March 28th, starting at 9:45 a.m. Pacific. There is a day-long telethon of incredible panels. You can see a few on the screen here. All of this is to benefit the Hollywood Food Coalition. They do incredible work here in the LA area, providing great meals for people in need. You can give at trektalks.net. You can find more information and watch the Trek Talks 5 panels this Saturday, either at trektalks.net or search Trek Talks here on YouTube. You can see on screen just a few of the exciting guests. Paul Giamatti is being involved. Gates McFadden and Tawny Newsome. Roxanne Dawson, Robert Duncan McNeil are going to have a fun chat with our good friend Lori Ulster about going from acting in Star Trek to directing Star Trek. They've both had prolific directing careers since their Star Trek days. And we'll also have a panel hosted by Sirach Lofton of Deep Space Nine / Academy fame to meet some of our Starfleet Academy cadets. Kareem Diane and Carice Brooks will be there. So get excited for that. All right, now we're going to talk about these short treks. We're going to warp into some animation. We're going to hide and stow away because, you know, what's this queen going to do when she gets all that responsibility? But in order to do that, I have to beam in my crew, starting with my number one. Trevor, how are you?
I'm great. I just discovered, this is one of my favorite things, but I just discovered a new one, which is you saying Trek Talks.
Oh.
It's fun. I like it. You should do it more.
Okay. Trek Talks. And we know you don't watch it for us, Cassie. The one this is really about, let's bring her on board. Let's stop making people wait for her. Joanne, how you doing, darling?
I don't like eggplant.
You know who does? Matt, how are you?
I'm so good, and I do like eggplant. Although I did get violently high one time because I ate too much of a brownie, and my ex was cooking for me, and I sat there trying to remember if I was allergic to eggplant. And I ended up having an entire mental breakdown because I couldn't remember if I was going to, if I was allergic or if I was going to die.
There are so many potential segues there. I'm going to go with, speaking of violently high, here's Krista.
I'm not going to disclose my opinions of vegetables this evening. I'll be taking no questions.
Speaking of disclosures, here's Benji.
Hi.
How you do?
I'm good. I only like it when the eggplants mush together.
I like broccoli with a big head. What?
That is
what category is that on Grindr?
So
problematic gay alert. You thirsty bitch.
In the arms of the angel.
It's been a while. Y'all, I am very excited to talk about short treks this evening. I hope you are as well. But as you know, we can't talk about them yet because there's something we have to do. As you know, things have moved, and therefore we will set an intention.
This is obvious, but don't forget to set an intention when you light it, or you're just going to be wasting the wax.
I'm super curious about what may have moved.
I have a lot of videos to sort through. Click the button.
We'll go with that. To set an intention tonight, I thought it would be fun if we created our own short treks. So I'd like to go around the room and have each of you pitch yours. As always, I will start us off, but I'm going to cheat a little bit. I would like a short trek to just be an epilogue to Academy when season 2 ends, of just a fun little time jump. It doesn't have to be too far. Maybe it's just graduation, and they're all going on off to their different ships or whatnot. But that's mine, and I'm sticking to it. Who let Will in? I'm just kidding. Hi, Will. We miss you. Krista, pitch a short trek.
I couldn't really think of anything that didn't involve everyone dying. So I think, yeah, it was because I had just finished watching the Book and Zora one, and I thought, anyway, it's a different story. So I thought on a lighter note, I would probably want to see a short trek about how the Klingon leader in Academy learned that Nala enjoys manipulating her own way. So let's see that time period, or side option when Nala Ake and Admiral Charlie Daddy were together. More than friends.
Mm-hmm.
When she was in her 150 area.
But if they can't be lovers, they could at least be friends.
Right.
Benji, pitch your short trek.
So I want to know, and I've always wanted to know more about what it's like to be a civilian living on Earth during Star Trek time. Like, we've seen little bits of it, but I want to know, like, if you're like a barista or something, like it's like a post-scarcity society. So like, do you actually need to work? Is there like a social worker or something who helps you find like purpose instead of work? Do they like check in with you or something? Like, is there like a requirement? How do people qualify for housing? Is it like based on the size of your family? Is there like a Federation realtor who helps you find a place? Why did Picard and Janeway get to keep their family estates? Is there like local transporter emporium that like beams you all over the planet if you want to go somewhere? How does it work?
I hope it's called the Transporter Emporium. I really do.
Wait,
actually, I wanted to be called the
Transportium.
The Transportium.
The Transportium. Chief O'Brien's old-fashioned Transportium.
Oh, it's adorable. I love it. Joanne, my love, pitch a short trek.
My short trek pitch is one about grudge. I think it's such a missed opportunity.
I just love that you're trying to talk about Grudge, the cat, while Krista's dogs are going nuts in the background.
It's hateration in this dancery. So I yeah, about Grudge, because she's a queen. And I do think it was a missed opportunity not to make her a supervisor in Discovery, a la Gary 7. But I would love to see Grudge because she's a queen.
I maintain that the only thing missing from the Discovery coda was an oil painting of Grudge over the fireplace in the Burnham, the book Burnham. That's just awful. In the household of Burnham. But anyway, the tequila's tequilaing. Matt, pitch a short track.
So I have thought about this long and hard before this too, because I think it would be fun to have mine would be like a series of small short tracks. And I'm glad this is public now, because if anyone steals my idea, I can refer back to it. I want to see two temporal agents, like kind of like X-Files-esque, running through this timeline. But I want the to like little. It's going to be one as like an older one, so like the supervisor.
This one's older. Got it.
This one's older. Mm-hmm. This one's like the younger, like upstart, like, oh, I'm so excited, and you go through it. And they jump around to different time periods that people have like all those like Trek bros are like, but that
and you see all the people. No,
and you see all the people on the ships. And then, but you see them in like the background of different episodes, like, and you get the little quips of like, wait, I didn't know there was holograms, like holographic communications at this era. And you see the older one be like, yeah, we've had it for a while. We realized that, and to have like some explanation that totally makes sense. But here's my big pitch for Paramount, because what you can do, we have the technology, pull those episodes off of streaming, photo impose the people like in the back of a corridor, and you can see them in the back of the episodes, re-upload them, and then we're all going to want to rewatch it again and be like, wait, I see them. And like make it very subtle so it doesn't like...
It's the people.
Like, but they're just like in the back of the D or on Discovery, like, and then you go back and you have all these people that are like, wait, did we miss them? Like, and then you rewatch the episodes. Anyway, I think that would be a fun thing. It would be a fun explanation for all of us that like, the sciencey side of things of like, oh, well, actually we had holographic communications before the Dominion War. It just, we realized that the Romulans were hacking them or something like that. And then you can jump around time and you can reuse sets and you use a lot of green screen and you make people have more streaming. That's my pitch.
Make people have more streaming. I love it.
I also love it because this idea was already pitched on the Salon, Matt. So you can't sue. Aaron Waltke might have to sue you because in his response to his favorite headcanon, he pitched basically that it was time agents. That's why you see inconsistencies. So great minds think alike. I like it.
I love Aaron.
Before we go to yours, Stan, did you share Will's?
I put it up on screen, but I want to share it again and read it. A short trek about the beleaguered gay administrative assistant on the Enterprise who transfers to DS9 because he's sick of the action, then to Voyager, and so on.
So basically, Will wants his life story out of the short track.
He and I have talked about making those clips happen, and it one of these days is going to be a 3 Adderall day, and I'm going to do it.
Though I would like to clarify, Will is not an administrative assistant; he is an administrator. That said, Stanley,
I'm the assistant.
You're his assistant.
I'm the ass.
We're all Will's assistant. Go on.
Truly. I love all those ideas. My short trek idea, when you posed this question, it reminded me of a group of friends and I who did an improv show as part of a fundraiser a few years ago called Star Trek In Between Missions. And unlike most improv shows, we had a few of the details ironed out. Like we knew our role on the ship and a little bit about our characters that we could bring to the scene. And it was so fun. None of us were the captain. And it was like, you know how they're like, we'll be there in 13 hours. It's like, what happens during those 13 hours when there's no action? One of my friends does not know Star Trek. She was the holographic operations officer and she dressed up like Janet from The Good Place. And so it made no sense and yet worked perfectly. And so my short treks idea is a Star Trek short treks between missions, like the random bullshit that happens on ships when they're not in the middle of the action. You're like, Captain, they're gonna die if we don't get there. It'll take 9 hours at warp 9, and they'll die in 10 hours if we're not there. Engage! Music, sound effects, go to warp. Okay, y'all want to go to lunch?
Catch a movie.
Anybody need to take a nap before this? Like, that's my short trek idea. And it's gonna be purposefully boring.
Can your Alexa wake word be Janet?
I don't know. I haven't changed it in a while. They just did a personality update, and I hate it because she is chipper as hell. Like, it drove me nuts. It's like,
ours is a
I had
sassy
to reduce
man
her
this time.
speed. And then I turned her off.
Yeah. You can make it computer, which I had to change because I watched Star Trek, and so the Alexa was waking up like 3 times an episode. I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I'm sorry, Joanne saying she turned it off just makes me think, attention, I have been murdered. From the good place.
I want to also say, Stan, that I had mine set to computer once, and Tuvok was speaking, and he said, computer, turn off the display or something, and the computer turned off the TV.
Yeah.
And it, because I had it set to fully automate, and it
great.
literally just shut it down.
Yeah. But I gotta tell you, this is the new personality update is so fucking chipper. I felt like Laura Thok. I was like, I require significantly less cheerfulness. It's 68 degrees today, and it might rain. Stay dry out there, bitch. No, I can't. But you know what I can do? Talk about short treks, Star Trek short treks. And get excited, everybody. You may have forgotten what it is. We're going to do a thumb war. I think.
In case you've forgotten how this works. Not a finger war, a thumb war. In case you've forgotten how this works, I'm going to read a horrible Google description of an episode. After which, we will all discuss said episode and then rate it using the most scientific method possible, our thumbs, not our index fingers. We will rate each episode a thumbs up if we liked it, a thumbs down if we didn't, and a thumbs sideways if we just couldn't make up our fucking minds. Stan, any other rules, highlights, information?
This part's all you, boo. You decide.
Great. Then we will start this thumb war with Short Treks, Season 1, Episode 1, Runaway. On board the USS Discovery, Ensign Tilly encounters an unexpected visitor in need of help. And ice cream. I added that part. Discuss.
Are we not going to do the 2 before that?
I'm reading them in the order in which they appear on the Google.
The Google's fucked because it was The Brightest Star and then Calypso and then Runaway.
I'm reading them in the order in which they appear in the Google. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Attention, I have been murdered. So, Runaway, what did we think? Tilly hanging out in the mess hall alone for some reason and bumps into a princess and they eat ice cream.
That ship is so fucking huge. Like, it's the Enterprise D. Actually, somebody put a little thing of it's actually so big, and if there's only 1,000 people, it's weird that they keep running into each other. Discovery, who's to say? I love Sylvia Tilly. I thought this one was super cute. And it was good foreshadowing. We should say, the short treks were a little bit of flavor in between seasons. They were an opportunity to test things out, give somebody new a chance to direct, try a different style of something or other. And in this case, it was foreshadowing for the Queen of Dilithia. I forget the planet's actual name.
That's not what it's called.
The Queen of Dilithia to stow away because she didn't want to be queen. It was fine.
There's a lot of royalty in Star Trek. when you sit down and think about it, like we just had what's his face was going to be the new Twink Emperor, and then you had this one, and then Loxana.
That's June.
I think it's
Yeah.
Twinker.
What's his face is going to be the Twink Emperor. You're thinking of Timothy Chalamet in Dune.
No, I'm thinking of
Darren Raimi.
Darren Raimi, thank you.
You know, what's his face? The Twinkerer.
The Twunker. I'll work on it.
Yeah, workshop it.
He's so pretty.
I thought it was fun, especially since the Academy episode, she was so strong. She was light years. It showed her progression. So I enjoyed it. I thought for a princess, she had really weird teeth. Like, get those.
Fair.
And I always liked Tilly. And the replicators. I liked that it's sort of like a culinary wet dream for me to be in a room full of replicators while they're just spitting food at me. Like just whatever I think of, they spit it out.
There have been worse malfunctions on starships.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not a virus. It's just food. Eat it.
It's fine, guys. It's just food.
Like a hot banana.
Just eat it.
I still am not clear on how she got there. And I know that's not part of I'm like,
yeah, that worker bee just dropped her off and was like, well, how'd you get there?
Like, I have questions. I will say the set nerd in me really enjoyed. This is the premiere of the new mess hall set for Discovery. So in season 1, the crew quarters sort of doubled and then they built an extension so they could have a standalone mess hall. And this is the premiere of that with a functioning replicator. So the door on the back worked so they could slide the food in. Anyway, other than that, I just found it odd. I'm not going to lie. It was not my favorite. I like the princess more when she comes back, or the queen, or whatever the fuck her title becomes. I like her more when she comes back in the season 2 finale than I liked her in this episode. But she was fun. Maybe she could have, because we still learn from Carpenter, Trev. Listen, I can be handy Smurf when I need to be. Yeah, I think I would have appreciated it more if she wasn't a brand new character. I'll just put it that way. Like if we had seen her in an episode in season 1 and then she shows up on the ship in the short treks, and then in season 2 she shows up again. Anyway, lies.
Shall we present our thumbs?
I'm prepared. 'Tis a sideways. Benji, do you want to tell us why we're wrong, or are you good?
I just liked it. I mean, you know what I think I liked was that this is kind of weird, but I guess Discovery was almost like 10 years ago. And so like when we open on this one, it just actually I started getting disco nostalgia, which is not something I expected to have. And like I thought the cinematography was great. They put a lot of money into it. It looked fantastic. I thought the makeup was good. I thought the acting was good. So that edges it into a positive for me.
I believe the technical term is disctalgia. Okay, well, we're not mad about it, but it's still a sideways. Season 1, episode 2, unless you're Krista, and then this is not episode 2, but I'm just going to say it's episode 2 because of the Google. Calypso. After waking up in an unfamiliar sickbay, Kraft finds himself on board a deserted ship with only an AI computer interface as company. Why Google thought to name the character but not tell us he's on the Discovery was a very interesting choice. But thank you, Google machine. I mean, for all of the appropriate and inappropriate reasons, I mean, come on. This was great. The timey-wiminess gets weird, and knowing how this concludes, it hits different when you watch it. I'm kind of obsessed with the idea that craft was so important that he himself and his survival is a red directive. I as much as people complained about the end of Disco and not liking the tie-in with the deconstruction of the advanced technology for the ship, for me, I loved how important he was just in the episode and enjoyable to look at. But knowing that he is apparently that significant in the timeline is just a really cool, like, I want to know more, and I don't have to have it resolved. It's a fun mystery, and I appreciate it. Anyway, thoughts, feelings, emotions.
I have thoughts.
Let them out.
I thought it was really, really good. I
enjoyed this.
I really enjoyed the timey-wimey of it, which was fun. I also liked that it like set up that expectation throughout Disco, that it was this constant conversation that everyone, whether you like the ending or not, I do think that they could have made it a little bit more interesting. But I think that since we got it so early in Discovery, and Discovery took so long to film and to come out and everything with Discovery, I think by the time that we finally got that last episode, I think it happened in the last episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That it felt like a very close the loop type of thing. So I actually really like, and it's beautifully shot. Like the holographic scenes with her, you get to see, her compassion and her love of him and her wanting to help him, even though she knows she's going to be alone afterwards. Like, it's a very heartwarming episode. And I think it shows the ship in actually some of the best ways in this one, that even through Disco, I think that things make sense in it better for me. So I like it a lot.
Yeah. Whoever they got to shoot this, I've never been one of those people who really wanted a Star Trek anthology series, and it's something a lot of people do want. But I think this is like an episode that sells me on the idea, because like everything looks so, like the ship looks different. The ship is used in a different way. It's like, it's mysterious. It's shot differently. I love like the scene where Kraft like first walks in and like the hallway is like slowly lighting up. Like they have this existing thing that they use and they created a whole new story around it. And I just thought it was phenomenal. It also sort of points, like, I keep going back to the cinematography on this stuff because it's like the early Disco, and I know like this episode is a bit of a standout, but again, even with Runaway, when I think some of that toxic fan pressure started to build up, they started to like go broader with stories instead of like do smaller, interesting sci-fi things. And they also went like sort of more like basic with the cinematography. Like it was a little more generic. So they started doing those things like after Disco season 2. So it's interesting to like go back to this world of like the first 2 seasons of Discovery and the short treks and see what they were trying to do, which was like really interesting, mature sci-fi stories and like really interesting cinematography. And like we get like a hint of the burn in this episode. And I love the way they sort of hint at it. And I like the way that they conceptualize it. It's like a little, again, it's like, it feels more broad when we go to it in season 3, which season 3 is sort of my least favorite Disco season because it sort of feels kind of generic sci-fi to me. I think it gets better after that, but yeah, I don't know. It's just a really exceptional piece of film. Also, I think somebody has to make an action figure of Kraft in like that gold hexagon suit at the very end.
In
You all know what
all
I'm
his
talking about.
glory.
Or just
Every
a
last
life-size
hexagon.
replica. It's fine.
Or, yeah.
Krista.
I thought it was really interesting because it kind of examines what your, I thought it was sort of showed or examines what your mind kind of does in solitude. You start speaking to yourself, your internal dialogue starts speaking to you. And so it got me thinking that a fun short trek would be, one of our major players, whoever you want to pick, in a complete solitary situation in which they are forced to confront their mind memory of people, mistakes, whatever, through the course of their life, and they enter in hologram form. So they're there, or their voice is there, and they have to kind of reconcile with that person, because it's solitude, it's their only interaction. So it's more likely that they would do that, and it's your choice who the character was. But I think that it sort of reminded me of what solitary confinement would be like, and what people in those situations, what they allow their minds to do in order to survive it, because it's crucially cruel. And so I liked it just for kind of a bit of the social commentary, which is extrapolating quite a bit, probably not intended, but that's where my head went when I watched it, aside from his naked torso, which was very nice. But
You thirsty bitch.
no, sated, not thirsty.
It was just a little parched.
Yeah, I agree. I love this short trek. I think it's beautiful. The only thing I don't love about this short trek is nothing to do with the short trek, that they felt beholden to explain it. And, if you, like, I don't know, right? Like, I'm not an insider, but if season 3 wasn't going to be the season to explain it, like, what was the plan season 6? Because whatever they said, that season 6 was going to be it, and that's why they did the epilogue to make it happen. But whatever their plan for season 6 is not what they were thinking about when they produced this short trek, because it was different people involved, other than Olatunde, who was the director. But Michael Chabon was gone, and I don't know how involved Sean Cochran remained after season 2 and 3, I think. So, like, I don't mind the epilogue to Discovery, but I also kind of just wish that they let it be a mystery. Like, if it just existed in headcanon, like, oh, when they moved through to the future, there was a quantum double that went an extra 1,000. Like, they could have left it a mystery, a complete mystery. And it still kind of is why the ship has to go hang out for another 1,000 years. But Calypso itself is stunning and gorgeous in all the ways.
I agree with Stan. I didn't like the tag on explanation. I wanted them to just let it stand. Nerds be damned about why the ship looked like that or whatever. Just let it stand. Because it was really beautiful and complex. I love Funny Face is one of my favorite movies. And I think, Zora's sentience was a great kind of counterpart, to that, and just, finding her own beauty and intelligence and, unlikely relationships. They needed to leave it alone. They didn't service it, because to your point, Trev, it's still a little mystery, right? So the tag on didn't add to anything, I think, significant that you couldn't imply. I mean, Krista pulled the whole Shawshank Redemption out of it, so there's a lot there that I really wish they just left it alone. But back to the short trek itself, I thought it was really compelling and really beautiful.
Any other thoughts before Krista gets her next glass of wine and we show our thumbs for Calypso? Let's see the thumbs. But also, real quick, was Craft supposed to be book, and then they just did something different for season 3 instead?
It felt implied,
We don't
I
always
always
like.
feel like that.
That's not what I meant. I walked right into that. Joanne, that's fair. That's a fair hit. That's a fair.
This is two people. This is two people in love walking on the blue ocean at sunset. This is Stan walking into. Sorry.
Thank you, Data. Speaking of the brightest star, Trevor, take us forward, please.
Thank you. That's what my mom always says. Season 1, Episode 3, The Brightest Star. Saru's yearning to find out what lies beyond his village leads him on an unexpected path. I fucking love this one. And I didn't think I was going to. I'm not like, if I listed my top 5 favorite Star Trek aliens, I don't know that Kelpians even breaks top 10. Like, they're interesting.
Name
but
them.
I don't.
All 5. Go.
Bajorans? No. I don't. Bajorans, Vulcans. Yeah, I don't know that I was that curious about them or him until I saw this story. And I was like, oh, I don't know if it's the Doug Jones of it all or what, but there's something really kind of beautiful and sad that I wasn't expecting to experience. I'm kind of annoyed at the whole, oh, he made first contact, let's land a shuttle and kidnap him. Like, what? It was nice.
Philippa.
It was nice.
Come on.
Prime Giorgio again, but like, what? Like, why are we just taking people? It was very, is anyone out there? Like, that doesn't mean you have to pick them up and bring them into Starfleet. Like, that didn't need to be how that story resolved itself. What if Philippa's shuttle had crashed, and that's how that all played out?
Yes. Yes. I have a similar like gripe of like in the season 2 episode with the Baul where he's able to make a communicator by ripping up part of their floor. Like, what do you mean? And like in this short trek, it's a little bit like the technology.
You've never done that?
Become anything. I've torn up many a floor, but
you've never just destroyed an escalator and turned it into a cell phone? That's not a thing that you've done before.
The tech be teching.
You call yourself MacGyver.
MacGyver.
More like McUseless. Sorry, I just shared that clip. That was funny. Not you, the clip. But
yes.
It's an inside joke.
This is like this is a fair bit like before, like even TOS. Like Giorgio is like Disco was like what 10 years before TOS or something like that, and then Giorgio is younger here, so it's probably, and Saru hasn't even been to Starfleet, so probably quite a bit earlier, and it's like not even, you know, the Prime Directive probably wasn't fully formed for quite a while, so plenty of headcanon could abound to make that work. But as far as Kelpians, yeah, it's like all the long finger people get special treatment by the Federation.
Sure. Oh my God! I'm sorry. I'm trying to get one.
I do too.
Everybody's like, ah.
I also want to burn Serezhenko with fire, but Kelpians. So like to push back, Kelpians are like one of my favorite species in Star Trek. Saru is like my favorite character in like the entire new era. Identify with them a lot. I love the species. I love the prosthetic, like specifically that they did for Doug Jones. And Sound of Thunder, which is the follow-up to this episode in season 2, is my favorite episode of Discovery. So this is like a nice appetizer to that. But then also like this episode does what not wrong. This episode does like my favorite thing in Star Trek, which is like we have like, you know, an old like town or village or something, and there's like the old I'm just gonna keep going.
Stop reading the screen when you're talking. I'm sorry. I'm trying to engage with the audience. Y'all just ignore it.
Well, I keep seeing my name coming up.
Old village.
I can shoot spikes from somewhere. Yeah, like I love Star Trek episodes where it's like an old town or village, and there's like the old contingent where they're like intolerant of change and they want everything to stay the same, and then there's like the young person who's questioning things, who's who's like, Father, why does balance mean we cannot ask questions? Things like that. So that's my favorite kind of Star Trek. It's like, questioning tradition for the sake of tradition, and like why not change things that are, if something is if we're accustomed to something, but we don't want to change it even though it harms us, like why would we not change that thing? So anyway, favorite kind of Star Trek. Sorry. My other question though is Saru's dad like the Kelpian equivalent of like a castrati or something? Like, how did he get this long without experiencing the Bahari? So I was kind of wondering if he had his ganglion cut off, but I didn't get a look at him. But.
I think they insinuate that the Vahari. Wait, the Vahari isn't necessarily an age thing, right? It's a combination of age. Like Saru's is artificially nudged.
What? I'd have to watch that episode again. But yeah, his was induced or like prematurely, wasn't it?
By the sphere.
Sphere. It's a fun word.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't Giorgio eventually take great pleasure in eating the ganglia? Like,
yeah.
Not this one, but
Giorgio.
No, but I'm saying
Yes.
have the two, to have those two meet is
Apparently they're tasty. Yeah.
given them. Also, he had the best quarters.
Yes.
The forest.
He had the best quarters. I
rainforest.
love a botanist.
And he was cut like a crab.
Oh.
I don't think I know what that means.
Uncircumcised.
Well, first I woke up and then I ate a piece of toast and then I brushed my teeth.
Okay, somebody else talk, please.
It's kind of like a crab. Thumbs for the brightest star.
Oh.
Joanne.
She doesn't like it for the Sarjenka factor, but you can. Do you want to chime in, Joanne, or do you want to tell us why you hate it?
Joanne hates refugees.
I hate my own people, Staniel. It's very wide of you.
That comment is terrible.
Benji.
Was that bad? I'm not American. I don't know if that's bad or not.
Don't even. Don't you dare
I'm too
play
old
the
to work
Canadian
for ICE. I need to have Robux to.
You also have 2 functioning brain cells, so.
True story.
It's unfair. It's the Sarjenka of it all that it just as soon as he typed hello, I was like back at pen pals, and it just gets under my skin. So it's not a fair dislike, but it is a dislike nonetheless. Although, I would be remiss if I didn't notice the, how we cling to, the religious overtones and not questioning the way and the makers. And, you just do what you're told or what we believe, even though what we believe makes absolutely no sense. I like that. But then, hello, is anybody out there? Die.
Anyone else?
Do not come.
You're gonna be starting that job at Hallmark?
Do not come. Do not come.
I told y'all empathy is last on my strength finders. Dead.
Harry Mudd.
Harry Mudd.
Okay, everyone settle down. Season 1, episode 4, The Escape Artist. Harry Mudd, back to his old tricks of stealing and double dealing, finds himself in a precarious position aboard a hostile ship, just in time to find out his latest con. That doesn't make any sense. Why would he just be finding out his latest con? Anyway, some folks were excited about the Harry of it all. So who wants to go first? Literally no one. Great.
I loved the Groundhog Day of it all, where he would say something that would flash back to him saying the same thing to somebody else, and then the same thing to somebody else. So you get Rainn Wilson is a brilliant Harry Mudd.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of him or the character of Harry Mudd, but I agree he is an excellent Harry Mudd. I think he was good casting. That episode in season 1, Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad, was a great episode.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. And he was super fun in that. This was fun. It's not my favorite of the short treks, but it was fun. It was an interesting tie-in to the original series episode where androids, his android wives was a thing. So that was fun. And yeah, it's an interesting. I forgot about this one too, Will, until I rewatched it earlier today, and I was like, oh yeah, like if you created a bunch of robot versions of yourself, some of them wouldn't know which was real or not. It was fun, but it wasn't. I don't know. It was fine. It's going to be a sideways spoiler.
It did an interesting job of sort of dancing around in the universe at large, off of the Discovery, in a time that we didn't get to see, these fun little ships zipping around, and we got to see Tellarite and all that good stuff. But it just the Discovery sets were painfully obvious. Like it just didn't feel very inventive. And I don't think it showcased Rainn's ability.
And ironically, this is the kind of thing I think we've all said at one point or another, and I know Benji mentioned it in his intention setter. Like, this is the kind of thing we do want more of. It's interesting to see stuff outside of the Federation. But I don't know. Maybe the short trek is evidence of the contrary. You decide.
Krista could be sipping jippers at a beach somewhere.
Jippers. I think it's fun to watch an actor really enjoy the role that they're playing. I think he really enjoys being in that character. So for me, I don't really. He's so amoral. I mean, he's almost a joy to watch. He's so unapologetically amoral that I enjoy him. I don't know what that says about me.
It was good pairing too.
I'm okay with it.
He directed it along with, and he it was written by Mike McMahon of Lower Deck. So it was a good team up of exactly what Short Treks was supposed to be, is like giving different people opportunities to try different things.
Thumbs.
I liked it. I'm the only one.
It's okay.
It's all right. I'll swim upstream.
We're on to season 2, y'all. That was season 1. Season 2, episode 1, Q&A. The freaking summary disappeared, and now I found it again. Ensign Spock's first day on the USS Enterprise does not go exactly according to plan. Together with number 1, he unexpectedly gets stuck in a turbolift. I mean, that pretty much sums it up, doesn't it?
Massive turbolift system. It's not just Discovery.
It's a roller coaster.
However, I want to say, I wish we got these sets in Strange New Worlds.
Yes,
it was an updated. It was still kind of dark. It was still like you still had those bright colors. Like it wasn't just all washed out white. It felt very TOS. Minus I forgot. I actually really, really like this. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. It showcases, the updated interiors. It showcases Una having fun with Spock. I think he did a really good job. I love the monologue, or song, I guess, from I am the very model of a modern Major General. So I think it was great she did that. So I liked it. I just really, it did kind of lay the foundation for the whole roller coaster turbo lift thing. And the premise of it makes absolutely no sense. But like, how do you get stuck in a turbo lift? You can't use transporters? Like, do we forget that there's, shuttle bay or shuttles? Anyway.
And he literally just beamed in before they went into like,
right. And I think that
you were just in that room.
It was like, oh, well, it was a power surge. Now everything's offline. And it's like, oh, okay, so the turbo lift locked down? Like, I don't get it.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense to have the roller coaster turbo shaft if you can't leave the turbo lift. Like,
yeah, like clearly they should have been able to just open a door and jump into this giant cavern and just go grab them. Like, I am glad that they did come to the point of like they, rappelled down to get them.
But even that looked ridiculous. She exits. The safety system was hold on to this handle.
Yeah.
What? We're not going to put it around her like any.
We're going to Peter Pan you out of here.
Does anybody want to speak in favor of this episode before I rip it to shreds?
Performed very well. I love both of these actors.
You just made Krista vomit.
I wish they got better material.
Okay, here it comes.
I'm bored, fucking senseless on this one.
This one drove me nuts. The first time I watched it, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, because I knew we were going to get Rebecca Romijn and Ethan Peck in season 2 of Discovery. But what I hate about it now is that it sets up the Strange New Worlds that I wanted, not the Strange New Worlds that we got. This version didn't. First of all, it doesn't. At no point during the course of Strange New Worlds was it like, hey, remember that time we got stuck in the turbo? Like, it doesn't do anything except trap these characters in a turbo lift. And I'm misspeaking. This is season 2, so this came out after we'd already seen them in Discovery, but before we got Strange New Worlds. So I don't know. It just, in retrospect, feels like a letdown, because I wanted something different. And I'm not saying I dislike Strange New Worlds. I do not. I enjoy it, but it isn't what I thought we were getting, and this was, and it didn't happen. So,
also the question about Eggplant. I know that I'm a problematic gay.
Indeed.
But the timing of the question, like, was it not intended to potentially conjure amongst some people? Like, am I just too gay to function? And I was like, why did he ask that? Why did he ask about that vegetable?
Is it because every time you see Ethan Peck, you think about his eggplant?
Probably. And his spitties.
Problematic gay alert.
Benji, you look like you were going to say something.
I was just going to take a flash poll and see who here actually likes eggplant, because it ain't me.
Wait, what?
Like the vegetable?
The actual vegetable? No.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, see, that's why you asked.
It's tasty.
You know what, Benji? Thank you. It's a fair question, and you just proved
it's a
it.
Controversial. Yeah.
Is it?
Vegetable.
I didn't think it was.
I don't know. Maybe it's a fruit. I think it's like a tomato.
What'd you call me?
It's not a squash?
For those of you just tuning in, welcome to What's That in the Replicator?
A plant? I thought they called men like you a fruit.
With the salad lady. You're a salad lady.
This is the most will answer ever. The texture's a little much.
It is.
It's true.
It's ambiguous. Thumbs for Q&A.
Slimy, gummy. Also the show.
2 down to Matt. I'm terrified to say that you're a tiebreaker. Down? Sideways? Motherfucker. Will, we need your vote in the comments.
Sideways.
It's a tie. Will's a sideways. All right, it's a sideways.
That's truer than most people know.
Also, an eggplant is a nightshade. It's part of the nightshade family.
Great.
Not poisonous somehow, which, what's the point?
Although if you get high enough, you might think that they are.
If you get high enough, you do a lot of things with it. I'm not, you know what?
I don't know what's happening.
Next episode.
You can pay $4.99 and see it whenever you want.
Edward. Let's move on to The Trouble with Edward.
Season 2, Episode 2, The Trouble with Edward.
It is my middle name.
Newly minted Captain Lynn Lucero is excited to take command of the USS Cabot. That is, until she meets Edward Larkin, an ornery, I hate that word, scientist who believes he has found a revolutionary use for tribbles. I'm not going to say a word until everyone else has spoken because I have a
controversial opinion. I love this short trek.
Me too.
I love it. I don't necessarily love the I'm torn on the discovery that humans are the ones who made tribbles reproduce the way that they do. Because I don't think we needed that addition to the Trek lore, but I will give them credit for not adding to the Trek lore in a way that rubs up against canon the way Strange New Worlds does quite often. It came close, but people like that exist, and I believe it. And the captain's response to it, that was very real. I remember people at the time being like, a Starfleet captain shouldn't act like that. And like, just wait a few years and then you'll really have something to complain about with Starfleet captains acting in a way that you don't think they should. Speaking of chairs sitting, it doesn't matter. I'm bitter about the cancellation, but we're not talking about that now. We're not derailing. This was fun, and it was funny, and the ship being destroyed because it was literally ripped apart by tribbles is fucking hilarious.
Although, I hate the design of the ship.
It's pretty ugly.
Thank you, Krista.
Hey, I have my shtick. I'm allowed to shtick with it.
Shtick with your shtick, bucko.
My ship shtick.
It's like a disco shtick. I actually loved the idea that that's why tribbles reproduce the way that they do, simply because it doesn't make sense for them to evolve that way. That would be an unsustainable life form. Like, they would just overwhelm wherever they evolved. So the idea that this was a whoopsie is kind of funny to me. And I love that it was a human whoopsie, because we'd be fucking stuff up. It was fun for me. I'm a fan.
You know what? You brought me on board.
I love because he's an idiot. Because thank
Yes.
you. Please, can we just accept that as a reasonable explanation for things now? Like without getting reported to HR or whatever, because he's an idiot. Because if he's an idiot, he's a fucking idiot. He's an idiot.
Also, like, woman in charge, mad scientist goes mad science-y, and then woman gets blamed. It was kind of, I mean, I get it.
On the nose.
I get it. The captain's in charge and takes ultimate responsibility. But it is kind of funny that this guy just went off on his own. She was trying to get him transferred. He's standing in the hallway in his underwear as the tribbles take over. It was kind of funny.
All the more reason to be able to say he's an idiot. If I'm going to have to take responsibility for this, I'm going to call him some names. I'm going to
he jizzed in a tribble.
His intellectual capacity and find it wanting.
He jizzed in a tribble. That's true.
He jizzed, yeah. I thought that up to this point, this was the funniest thing.
It's true though. It's funny.
A hole's a hole. I thought this was the funniest thing that had ever happened in Star Trek up to that point, and then like we got Lower Decks after that.
Mhm.
But like, I love H. John Benjamin. They clearly like wrote this for his humor. I think it's fucking hilarious. I was like shocked that other people didn't find it funny and didn't like it, because I think it's genuinely like hilarious and smart and sharp. People complaining about the captain, like people were like drawing similarities between like how Picard handled Barclay, but like H. John Benjamin's character was like outright insubordinate, was trying to undermine her, and was like, spreading lies about her, engaging in like wildly unethical experiments, and then didn't stop when she told him to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with her actions. Not every Starfleet captain is Jean-Luc Picard. An example that I always like to point to is that, like, Picard, very egalitarian, lets his crew speak. We then move to our next Star Trek series on Deep Space Nine, and somebody speaks up. There's like an episode where Bashir speaks up, and Sisko shuts him down, and he's like, "You never fucking do that again." So, like, not every captain is Captain Picard. She was like well within her right to take the action that she took. It was totally appropriate. I think she's a very good captain. I would have loved to have seen more of her. Like, I would have loved her to like just pop up as another captain in an episode at one point in Disco. Like, that would have been great. Like, the actress is so good.
Also, the uniform variants.
Yeah,
I loved them. Oh,
and the person who Graham Wagner is the co-creator and showrunner of Fallout. And he did this episode, so I love it.
Any other thoughts before we thumb it?
I'm just going to say I supported a real life Edward when I was team leader. I won't say at the company because I can't even remember his name, but he had a cat named Patches. And when I tell you the leadership team had a whole narrative about him at home with his cat Patches, it's hilarious. Anyway.
Thumbs for the trouble with Edward. Sorry, Matt.
Boo, Matt. Sideways.
I mean,
Not Patches. Jeremy Astor's cat.
Patches?
Yeah. Clearly y'all didn't watch The Bonding enough. Yeah, when Marla, the fake Marla Astor recreates the house, Patches is there as well, the cat. No,
I have a good memory, but not for that kind of shit.
All right.
Sets and random cats.
I always remember. I'll always remember the animals. It's like, invite me to a party. I'll remember every dog and cat's name, but I'm not going to remember the people that I met. Season 2, episode 3, Ask Not. When an attack on Starbase 28 leaves a surprise prisoner under Cadet Thera Sidhu's watch, she is faced with making a decision that may threaten her standing in Starfleet.
I'm going to come out the gate and say 3 things. I loved the cadet.
Chapter 1.
I loved the cadet. I loved the Enterprise engineering that they did on either the AR wall or the precursor to it. That may have just been blue screen. And number 3, this is a horrific test to put a recent college graduate through. Like they are scarring these officers. And because you don't have PTSD, you get to serve on the Enterprise. What? I enjoyed it, but this being the test, Una Chin Riley is unhinged, and I kind of love that, but it's fucked up.
I think I struggle with this one so much because of that. I don't understand. First of all, again, if this led to something, if this were the precursor to, oh, there's a reason we had to put this particular character through this particular thing, and it's either referenced in another episode or it's a significant part of the premiere or something. But like 15 minutes about this girl that I don't really care about. Like, what? why are we doing this? It just didn't land for me.
I think it's one of my favorites.
Well, you're wrong. No, I'm kidding.
I like the idea that they're at war and she is getting this promotion to the flagship, and it's one of those like we need to be able to know that, you know, if I'm gonna be your captain, I need to know that you're gonna call me out, and which is a very Pike thing. Like, I need to make sure that you are going to do what needs to be done in the moment. And I liked how they kind of threw her into it, and she was a smart enough, you know, ensign, lieutenant, whatever she was, to like kind of see through it at the end and be like, wait, oh, okay, like, got it now.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting a message from somebody about us questioning Una Chin Riley's methods. It's coming up on the screen here.
I think it was great. I thought she did great.
I don't know. It's very entrance exam. If they put you through shit like that to get into the academy, I don't see why they would stop doing terrible things.
You know,
Put you
Isn't what they did to Wesley?
Norman called it out too. Joanne, you're right. Joanne's always right, but yeah,
Norman and I are kindred.
Yeah. All of Rafi's conspiracy theories are now just Kobayashi Maru's at the academy. Like, no, this shit is real, cadets. If you want to be in Starfleet, this is going to happen. Your captain's going to mutiny.
You can't actually cheat on this one. Kobayashi Maru, you can cheat. This one, you're not really able to cheat, but ultimately it would have me second guessing whether I wanted to marry or have children.
Car dress down Cito. Like, this is a thing.
Yeah, have a life outside of this place. Like, it seems like a pretty oppressive work environment.
I think it was, for me, it wasn't the you're about to be tested on your worst fear. It wasn't this is an impossible scenario to solve. It wasn't even I'm being tested and don't realize it's a test. It was like, hey, people you love just died. What do you want to do about it?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, what? Like that just felt like a bridge too far.
Well, did they say that? I thought the whole thing was that her husband didn't die. That was the whole thing. Was like, we could still save him. That was the whole thing. She's like,
some people had died, but some people can be saved if you help me commit mutiny.
Yeah, I thought that was the whole thing, is that it was like, hey, by the way, it was more like a bribe. Like, hey, you need to help me because your husband's still alive and I can save him because I'm Pike.
I think she had family on when whoever the enemy was, they had tried to trick before on the other ship.
Yeah.
So that she did lose some in the other trick. So that's why she knew it was a trick of the enemy. But then, and he was like, well, yeah, you lost people that time. Now we can save your husband. Like, Starfleet does this terrible thing a lot.
Yes. They basically pull your Facebook page and bring up every single tragedy in your existence. And then
y'all,
do you know who is it?
They're the Tyra Banks. They're the Tyra. Oh my God.
I was rooting for you.
Una Chin Riley is the Tyra Banks
of
Tyra.
I just have a question. If you choose to save people and commit mutiny, do you fail the test? Like, I'm fine with it if I'm fine with the test if there's no pass or fail. If this is like just an assessment, but if like you failed because your morality would not allow you to let people die, like I don't know that that's a. I think
it was more. I don't think it was a right or wrong. I think it was Pike just going, "How are you going to perform under pressure?"
If she hadn't passed, they'd have put her like in the arboretum instead of engineering,
or promoted her to captain and assigned her to murder everybody that gets transporter cloned together.
But is it a test for like a Black Ops? Is it like a CIA thing where it's like you're so ethically ambiguous that you could actually do the things that are asked of you?
Also, how many of these tests are the first officer and captain of the flagship personally involved in.
Don't you have better things to do?
Like
they were bored around space dock. He's like, I got some time.
Shouldn't you be in an apron preparing for a casual gathering?
I also want to know, did they give her a real phaser? And if they did, this reminds me of my like I need to figure out the right term because it's not necessarily a plot hole, but I've always joked that the biggest plot hole in Star Trek is the stun setting. Because what do you mean? Like, just stun them, put them in the brig, and then ask questions later. Problem solved. Every episode is now 20 minutes.
I don't see the point of a stun. I mean, if you're
wow.
Chris is like, I'm shooting you. You're going down.
I don't. If I have to, if I'm pulling it, I've
That's
already assessed the situation, and it's you or me. So
I don't Romulan of you.
That is a T-shirt in the making. It's
I
on its
don't
way.
see the point of stun. I don't.
Stan?
I'm not going to apologize for it. I don't think that's
Stan,
controversial.
I'm gonna need you to Canva that shit.
Yeah. I don't see the point of a stun setting.
I don't. When they do that, everybody said phasers on stun. When have they not had to, like, when would it not have been better to just
blow a hole in someone?
This is what I'm saying. I mean, if you want to talk about 20-minute episodes, just blow a hole in everyone.
Chris is like, you can't have a problem with them if they don't exist anymore.
I mean, I saw the Terminator. Come on.
If you've been incinerated. Thumbs for Ask Not.
I
don't like it. Stan, I need your thumb.
I'm so sorry.
All right. William, is it down? Thank you, sir. Breaking the tie. Breaking the tie. Season 2, episode 4, The Girl Who Made the Stars. When a lightning storm in space scares a young Michael Burnham, her father aims to ease her fears with a mythical story. I want this to be what short treks actually are. I fucking love this episode, and it was better than Moana. There, I said it.
This one's my favorite. It's so cute. I love the Enterprise is stunning in this animation, and I want more in this animation style.
Was the Enterprise in The Girl Who Made the Stars?
No, that's the next. That's Ephraim and Dot.
I got an important message on the side and thought you were reading.
No, it's because it's out of order.
All animation looks the same. Listen, my ADHD brain.
It's out of order.
I went into executive producer mode and I was reading a message that was important to the salon while I assume Trevor was reading in the order that I'm looking at.
Season 2, episode 4, The Girl Who Made the Stars. When a lightning storm in space scares a young Michael Burnham, her father aims to ease her fears with a mythical story. That was so you could edit.
This is my second favorite one, and ironically, my favorite is also animated. The animation in this is real. The animation in this is stunning.
It is.
This one I rewatched again today because I love it. And apologies for the distraction.
How dare you?
I just say you were like, this is better than Moana.
And then he's like, Ephraim and Dot was amazing.
Ephraim
and I'm like,
and Dot with Moana.
Girl, what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that Stan has never seen Moana.
That limb would
Am I
hold.
wrong?
That limb would hold.
Okay.
I have listened to the music, but I have not seen the movie yet.
There you go. All right,
I'm waiting for the live action. I don't like animation. Just kidding.
Right. That's gonna be better.
But also for the record, it's in the chat as well. But
things are out of order. Yeah.
Yes. According to the Wikipedia.
Thank you, Finbin.
They did come out on the same day, though. So.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
Also, I told you I was reading it from the Google. Like
You
I
did.
didn't write
You
these.
did.
I didn't
I'm not
create
saying
the
this
order.
is your fault. I am saying I'm just trying to save face after being embarrassed by. I've hung myself by my own petard, and so here we are.
What did you call me? I already told you I love this one. So what did you all think?
Gorgeous.
Anyone but Stan.
I don't know why I had to be Michael Burnham, because it's always Michael Burnham. But like, gorgeous.
Actually, it's Michael's Burnham.
It's the Michael's Burnham.
Both Michael's Burnham are in this episode.
It is the Michael's Burnham. That
Daddy
technically would
Burnham,
be how you would pluralize it too.
Daddy Burnham and Dottie Burnham. Burnham are both.
Daddy Burnham and Dottie Burnham.
Dottie's daughter.
I still think Burnham
Daughter.
Bush would be a great drag name.
I agree.
I love this one. What did y'all think? I'm just gonna keep
So
saying
who
that.
would it have been if it hadn't
we get it
been
right.
Michael?
Oh, he's making fun of
I
me.
mean,
Get
it
him.
could have just been
Get
a
him,
kid.
Joanne.
Like, it could have been just a beautiful story. I don't know. I just was like,
Oh, I thought you were making fun of people that say that. You're actually thinking that?
No, he
I don't
actually
really
thinks
care.
that.
I don't really care.
You know what? That's all I got to say about that. It was Michael's Burnham, and it was their story, and I loved it.
It was.
And I love that.
it was a
That was
gorgeous.
her husband too. That's Soneqa's husband.
Soneqa's husband, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Green.
That is a little creepy and weird now that I think about it. But
Well, they were never in
It's
scenes
great.
together.
Yeah.
husband, daddy.
Willing
Yeah, yeah.
suspension of disbelief, and they weren't in scenes together. Yeah, it's like
I don't know what she calls him.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen and Aaron Taylor Johnson have played brother and sister and husband and wife. Acting.
And they were animated. Thoughts? Well, screw your thoughts. What are your thumbs? It's anonymous. I haven't said that in a long time. I said it a lot during TNG Thumb Wars, and like, I don't remember who corrected me, but I was like, yes, I know I'm doing that on purpose. Anyway, season 2, episode 5, unless you're looking at Wikipedia, in which case we're time traveling back to episode 4, but it's episode 5 on the Google. Ephraim and Dot. A humble tardigrade is flying through the mycelial network when an unexpected encounter takes her on a bewildering adventure through space. Some of the best animation for the Enterprise that we've ever seen. Hands down.
You know, I wonder if somebody else thinks that.
I thought you would.
It's my favorite. It's super cute. I love this animation. I want this animation style in a full Trek series. And now that we're actually talking about the one that I thought we were talking about, I will take a step back and make space for others to speak.
For me, my favorite part of this entire thing is the sort of zip through Enterprise's life. Like, that's just delightful. And also the suggestion that there's actually a window on that wall in sickbay that we never actually see in the original series, because that's where the camera was and they never built a wall for it. So that fourth wall was never there, and it was a window the whole time.
The windows are the friends we made along the way.
Will, you didn't like it, or you have no heart?
He was responding to me. He said the animation is okay, and I said off, Will.
And he said no. Okay, got it.
He shan't be fucking off.
He shan't. He's no. I think it's adorable and I love it. Anyone else? All right, show me your thumbs. Ephraim and Dot. Stan. Yay. Last, but certainly not least, season 2, episode 6, Children of Mars. 12-year-old classmates Kima and Lil find themselves at odds with each other on a day that will change their lives forever. you hear that, kids? Don't be mean to each other because it could turn into your generation's 9/11. It's aggressive, but I still love it. It's sad and sets up Picard season 1 very nicely. It's a fun little display of life in the 24th century. But yeah, it like hurts. It hurts my heart.
Mhm.
It's
very good. It's very good.
It's what Kristen Beyer does best. This is one of hers.
Makes us have feelings.
And it reaches in and just takes what she wants.
Yeah.
And I will say, you bitch. For you, in support of you. But yeah, this one was my favorite one, because it was the one scene that truly resonated with me was when she hung up on her dad. He was like, I can't come, and she just hung up, and I was just like, resonated so hard, and then I was just a mess through the rest of it. And it feels like Beyer does this. It's not so much about the bells and whistles. It's about the feelings of how we got there. And she just is so good at, with very little time, getting in there and really plucking at you, really picking. And we have beef. I don't need to be sobbing at the end. I don't need that. Thanks.
Yes. Children of Mars, of course, as being referenced, was written by Kirsten Beyer, friend of the pod, who will be joining us at a to be determined future salon. She knows how to tug at the heartstrings, and when we have her on in a couple weeks or months, we will be talking about it.
But you also have to kind of I'm sorry, I'm jumping in, but you have to appreciate that they did the Mars thing, right? Everything was after the fact. And in this, you have kind of a real-time thing happening where it's not this abstract idea of something that happened and we're going to build a show after the fact.
I think it holds up so much better on rewatch now. I think it was like, I remember watching it and I liked it, but I was like, I want to see what's going on. Now that you see where all the pieces are and you can like get all of it, yeah. I think it was really good. I have questions about that whole shuttle bus to school, but like, how does she just miss the other? Like, like no one's looking out for the kid. Like, hey,
I saw people get their ass kicked in high school. It was that I was like, oh, that resonates. I remember that.
The way the teachers handled that, I was like, we haven't evolved much in the 24th century, but all right, I guess some things.
She's dating herself. Beyer's dating herself. I guarantee you that's something she saw when she was in high school.
Yeah.
School buses still exist, Krista.
I rode one, asshole.
Me too. I see them all the time. They're still happening. I don't think that's dating.
Nobody rides in them anymore. But when they were,
do they just materialize?
We don't have transporters yet.
Girl, Star Trek's fiction.
This is our problem today, is that we can't figure out how kids get to school in the 24th century.
Do they do Manji?
This is what's frustrating about this entire franchise.
The problem is we're all a bunch of childless queers who don't know how children get to school.
Yeah.
We're supposed to be so far ahead.
Do they still have to eat?
Gene's vision. Just
no pockets, no school buses. That was a
zippers.
memo.
No zippers. No zippers or school buses. Children of Mars, show me your fucking thumbs. Oh, I was like, Joanne's. I was like, Joanne, that's not a score.
Thought you were gonna give him the finger. It's like
it's an up. All right. Well, that's it, y'all. Those be all of the short treks.
Y'all, we did it in about the same time it takes to watch all of the short treks. We have thumbed them. You know what? Accept the wording. It's fine. Trevor.
Before I do.
Before you do what? I didn't say anything.
Before I do,
I'm reading my mind.
He
claims to be a Bajoran, but he's actually Betazoid.
I'm a Bajoranoid.
Bajoranoid.
Yeah, because I'm Bajoran and annoyed. No. I have just a quick cheese sandwich.
Oh yes.
Andrew 676W7X. I'm sorry your dick's so small. But anyway, we're blocking you. And I don't know if you're watching this, but whatever.
Wait, I thought we were telling what they said too. What did he say?
Normally we would. I ran
it's
out
too
of
many.
time.
It's actually too many. He's like on a rant, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. Also, this is a good reminder for me. Friends listening, a favor, hop in and write a positive comment. Like, it's so easy to complain and the trolls be trolling. We did a video the other night expressing our frustration with the cancellation of Starfleet Academy, and the trolls found it because you can't say anything good about a Star Trek project that isn't led by a straight white man in the captain's seat without people popping out of their trash can to say some bullshit. So I would appreciate some positivity in the comment page, please.
Okay, I'm ready.
Trevor.
Yes.
Can you land the ship, please?
Oh, sure. I'm so surprised by that request. The tallies for these episodes. We gave Short Treks 6 thumbs ups, 3 thumbs. Wow. 3 thumbs sideways. That's hard to say, especially after a lot of tequila. And 1 thumbs down. So for the most part, we felt very positive or meh about all of these, with the exception of 1. Sorry, ask not, but you didn't do so well. There were 2 problematic gay alerts. There were 2 problematic ally alerts. Stan said Trek Talks 6 times, and Stan landed a segue once. I gave all of Sarjenka's points to Joanne for shutting it down. I gave 1,031 bonus points to Matt for this and these. I gave all of Edward's points to Krista for going full Shawshank. I gave 22,000 bonus points to Benji for setting little girls with big fingers on fire. And last but not least, I gave 500 bonus points to Will for clocking Benji's secret weapons. He shoots stuff, y'all. He shoots stuff.
Thank you. This is delightful as always. A quick reminder for those listening to this now and in the immediate future, this Saturday, and if you're coming to this after Saturday, March 28th, it still exists on YouTube. Trek Talks 5, a full day of wonderful panels to benefit the Hollywood Food Coalition. Please give any amount you can. The thing about these food banks, they can stretch $1, like more than giving a can of beans. They can take $1 and turn it into like 6 different meals. It's magic. It's almost like they have replicators. And so the work that they do here in the Hollywood area, in the greater Los Angeles area, to save food that's going to be thrown out and make delicious meals for people in need is just wonderful. So trektalks.net, or search Trek Talks here on YouTube so you can watch the full telethon, and please give any amount that you can. Check with your company. They might have a matching program for giving. So let's raise some money for the Hollywood Food Coalition this Saturday. Trek Talks 5, trektalks.net.
And a quick update to the scorecard. Stan said Trek Talks 11 times. Okay, go ahead.
Trek Talks.
12 times.
And that does it for us on this salon. A quick request: follow us. All of the places, Bluesky, we're still on Twitter for now. We had the most engagement ever thanks to the trolls proving my point about trolls on Monday. Go to @SalonTrek on Twitter to see what I'm talking about. But all of the places at the Salon Trek on Instagram to be updated about our future programming. And we will see you on a future Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific with some exciting programming you will hear about via social media when you go follow us on social media at Salon Trek or the Salon Trek on Instagram. And until then, live long and prosper.
All hands abandon ship. Proceed to the nearest evacuation zone immediately.